Hello and welcome to another update video about Kadena. Kadena, also one of the cryptos where we've now reached my target area, which doesn't mean it couldn't come down a little bit lower. The target area is always made up of most of the time 2 or 3 fib levels in which the price will with the most likelihood end up in before it has in here it has a good chance to complete the correction, and to go back into an uptrend. And what we can see here with Kadena is that it did come all the way into the area between the 0.887 fib level at 340 and the 0.786 fib level at 624. We talked about these two target areas. We talked about the wave B, and it did come into that target area, and then we went all the way down here in that wave C, and it's now come into that target area. So I think that worked out really well. And based on this, I have set my buy orders as well. So I started to dollar cost average into Kadena. What I always need to, what I always find interesting, that when we are up here, then people find it very attractive to buy a certain cryptocurrency. But where are all the people who want to buy Kadena now? That's the thing. So that's for me the time to start to buy in. I think it's a very interesting project, maybe a bit more risky than some of the other ones, but certainly one that had a lot of attention here in 2021, and I think it's very much in the beginning. So what we what we're now seeing is just like the first major correction that it's had, a very clear ABC correction that could be identified here. We identified it on this channel, we talked about it, we expected lower prices all the way into this target area. Is there further potential to further downside? Yeah, I think we could realistically really achieve here the 0.887 fib level at around 335. We are currently here at a bit of a support, or we stopped at least the immediate downtrend, because on the 4-hour chart you can see that we were oversold. But on the 4-hour that's not too meaningful. So what we need to do, we need to check on the daily, but even on the daily we are oversold. So I think generally looking at the chart in itself, looking at the overbought and oversold levels, I think it is very attractive. That's no financial advice, it's just my view. I think it's very attractive to buy in, because the last few times we were really at an oversold level. After that you saw all-time highs. We were oversold here. That was in October 20. It took a bit of a time, but then we saw new all-time highs. Then we were oversold here in July 2021. And even then you saw massive all-time highs. We're now oversold again, all on the daily, and massively oversold. I think as much as we've never been before on the RSI on the daily. And if we turn around here, we can expect much higher prices, but there is potential for further downside. But that is why I start to dollar cost average into Kadena here. Prices like these would have been unimaginable just a few months ago, bear in mind. But we talked about this, that we've been talking about these for a while now. And looking at the MACD on the daily, we can't see an end of the downtrend yet. There was a bit of a fake out here. That was that wave B where it came up. As I always say, a wave B can be a bit of a fake out. No, that was here actually. No, the wave B went up. That was a bit of a fake out here. It wasn't really, it was only a small counter move to the upside. Overall though, I think, we can't expect here immediate upside potential. We can't, on the 4-hour chart, it's just crossed the zero line to the downside, the MACD. On the 4-hour, there is also still further potential to the downside, but until we get into the oversold range. But take a look at the chart here. We've never come below 38, and we're now pretty much at the 38 level. So that'll be very interesting. I think it has corrected a lot. It has done what it needed to do in terms of its correction based on the Elliott wave method and count. So I'm quite confident that we could soon be here at the low. But as I said, I think now that we've crossed here into or moved into the target area, a 340 price wouldn't be unrealistic. But as I said, personally, I started to dollar cost average in already. I expect somewhere in this box here, the turnaround. I hope I was bearish enough. I hope I was. But I think this leaves us enough space, even though a move to 340, to be prepared for a Bitcoin move down, a further Bitcoin move down to probably around 20, well, at least below 29K. Where for Bitcoin that would be at least a 20% drop. For Kadena that would be here around 32% drop. So that is possible. I think where Bitcoin drops less, normally the altcoins drop a bit more, and the altcoins have dropped significantly now. So I think there is some potential that shortly we could see here a move up for Kadena. I know it will be a busy year for Kadena. I think some DEXs are going to launch, and overall a very, very interesting project. For me though, yeah, just obviously the price is down. Many people get pissed off and frustrated, but on this channel we were prepared for that. So I'm quite pleased that the price is coming to this target area, to be fair, faster than expected, even though that correction took a while now, but still the last few days were just amazing. We came into these target areas for many cryptos, including IOTA, including XRP again, and Ethereum again. So all of that's done, and basically that means we're getting closer to the low of the correction. To be fair, it all depends on how much Bitcoin eventually decides to go down to. But there is a good chance that the altcoins can turn around in these target areas. It's not guaranteed though that it couldn't drop further. I need to state that here. But this is the area where I would expect many of the altcoins to turn around with the highest probability. What I need to say though, if we take a look at Cardano also moved into this target area and has dropped below it. So while I was very bearish on many of these cryptos, and I'm always been told I'm too bearish by many people, not by a lot of, well, by a few people. It might be that we need to adjust this a little bit further down if we break that 340 level. I just want to prepare you for that. I've been already quite bearish, and these price levels seemed ridiculous, even you know, just a few weeks ago, end of December. But and by the way, that was that wave B, that irrational relief rally that I talked about. Kadena did it, for example, one of the few. Not all of them did it. Yeah, what I would love to see now, for example, here on the shorter time frames, is a beginning of a bullish divergence. Now I can't see that yet. I'll of course keep you updated as soon as we can see something interesting emerging here. But nevertheless, I started to dollar cost average in, because I think in the next run up, and I think that will be a wave 3. This year it was a wave 1, wave 2 now, wave 3 to the upside. We can expect a rocket start that could then take us here all the way to, in my view, at least $45. That's the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. Depending on how the move up will happen, it could even go to the 2.618 extension level, which would be $73, which would be then in the region between, you know, between 10 and 20k. Not 10 and 20k, 10 and 20x. So a lot of opportunities here. In my view, Kadena, one of the more risky ones, not a larger market cap crypto, more a medium market cap crypto, but still I think a lot of potential. And these have potential, are however more on the, let's call it more on the safe side of things, and maybe more of a balance towards maybe more percent in terms of a move up, because the market cap is just lower. And that's my view here on Kadena. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member. You can do that here on YouTube, and you can find a link in the description or on my website. And again, for that, you can find a link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.